Alright, welcome back. So I actually lied. I have the motivation to make one more video. I'm going to cap off the three different types or categories of bindings. The last one I went over the speed ones. The one prior I went over the freestyler ones. This last one I'm just going to generically title it the performance one, only because with the other five that I mentioned, they have great pros, right? But the cons are pretty noticeable. The actual impact to your physical turning, the analog stick is very impaired one way or the other, and that is a lot of the cons with the other five bindings. Only reason I call this a performance binding is because I don't feel like I have any of that gunkness with it. I feel like it's very, if I want to go that way, I can go that way, and I could turn my car pretty much in any manner that I want to. So I'm going to again make this a very short video. We're talking about physical bindings, your ability to use your analog stick to turn your car up, down, sideways. Your flips is a physical mechanic. You can't really control this if you're not using air roll. Even if you do use air roll, the physical properties of your car to turn it are different. Physical properties are your ability to touch the ball, all of your different touches, blah 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 blah. Alright, so the performance binding. So again, all of the other ones had some kind of theme to them, right? Speed bindings, these are in the front. Freestyler bindings where you kind of float, these are in the middle. Same kind of general theme with this one, right? And I'm changing the same four buttons. The performance bindings are having left and right at the end of your sequence. So again, after air roll and drive backwards. Again, I just feel like, so right now I'm ending on what I had the last video, which is that barrel roll left first, then air roll, then right, then drive backwards, and I get that kind of barrel roll barrel roll sensation with my flips. This is kind of the one that I really enjoy to end up on. Again, I didn't really like the combination and how I ended up here. Like that is it's not a musty that I ever want to do again. It's terrible. Anyways, I'll get to the combinations video where we can get to the performance that we want, the way that we want our car to interact with the game and get us to feel like Zen and all these other players. But that video is gonna be a very long, painful one, and I really just don't want to make it, but I'll do it. So anyways, so we ended on that one. I'm going to default and show you the performance binding. So again, I did left first on that one, so I'm not going to do left again in my sequence first before right. I am going to do drive backwards first, arrow next, right first, then left. So again, these are at the end of my sequence. I don't feel like, again, I don't have any kind of, like, you see how easily it is for me to go left and right. Like, it's the only downside, the only con that I have this one, which is, it's a big con as well. Like, I just feel overall slower, right? Like, all of my different movements are slower. Like, with the other ones, you can get a lot of these flips that are fast. Like, you see how slow, even just the flip itself is like a very, like, it flips slow. Like, the actual, like, physical turning of the car through the flip is like almost like I'm senile, right? But again, I have a lot of control with this because I can pretty much, I don't have any negatives with the car itself. Like, I can pretty much go where I want to. Again, I defaulted this in the background and had a speed binding in the background, so I have a lot of those properties still on my car. So again, it's not ideal where I want to be right now, but again, I have a lot more ability to turn my car the way that I want to. I don't feel as much gunkness, much restriction with this binding. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about to round out the 6 different sequences that I have, and the 3 categories that I would put them in. Again, it's all insanity. I'm praying that I can get more traction on these videos so that, one, somebody can explain this better than I can. Even though I have a lot of knowledge, it doesn't mean that I can adequately get this where I want it to be. But this content creation just blows, dude. Sucks. But yeah, cheers.